Tonight's greatness in barbecue entertainment is partnered with the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, the barbecue store in Hempstead, the Chupacabra Throwdown, Team Cosmos Q Products, Full Printing Wraps and Graphics, We Branded Promotions, Texas Oil Dust, Team Rec Tech, Texas Original Charcoal, the Navy SEAL Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, Pinkerton's Barbecue, K&R Pipeline Services, Smokin' Magic, All Fired Up Cook-Off, Laredo Roofing Solutions, Half-Fast Cookers, and the Chopping Block in Webster and Victoria. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
This Kid Folk with Canned Heat Barbecue. We're going to the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Let's all drop in.
3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Brad.
And I'm Bree, and we're Smokin' Magic.
And you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah. So good.
This is Bill Purvis with Chicken Fried Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Boom. This is Bill.
We need to get up.
Somebody go buy corn.
I'll go buy another fucking corn dog.
I'm Josh Hale, the corn dog. Hi, Josh Day.
Hey, this is Josh Hale with Sure Shot Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show, the Corn Dog King.
Hi, I'm Janice Mella, the Smelly Cube from Canada, and you are watching So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Hey, what's up, Gooder Gang? I'm Curtis McBlain. And I'm Andrew Stewart. And we're the Mullet Shakers from Atkins, Texas. And you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
Hi, my name's Reagan Brazier of La Pasadena. You're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Are y'all high? Because I am. Enjoy the show.
You're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Can you take the whole horn? You can't take the bullhorn barbecue, baby. Let's go.
Are you ready to turn up the heat?
1.
Let's go!
Because you've just tuned in to the one and only So Smokin' Gooder Show. We're coming to you live from Bullhorn Barbecue headquarters in Cypress, Texas. This is the show where we talk all things barbecue and brews, and you better believe we're here to have a good time. Get ready for the man who knows barbecue like the back of his hand, the guy who can tell you the difference between an IPA and a stout blindfolded, and the life of every party, your barbecue pitmaster and the host with the most, Rob Arocha. Whether you're part of the Gooder Gang or just here for the special guests, barbecue competition updates, or maybe even to rate some boxes, strap in, fire up those smokers, and crack open a cold one, because the So Smokin' Gooder Show starts now.
What is up? How are you guys? What is up, Gooder Gang? Thank you for being patient. Thank you for sticking with us for 2 weeks on a hiatus. Not really a hiatus. Had a baseball game and then had some traveling issues, which I'll go over here in just a minute. But I'm glad to be back. Happy to be back. I do. Let me turn this down. My goodness. When you don't have producer Ty in the house, things are changing. Yeah, producer Ty is a little sick. He's a little under the weather. And our co-host, normally Mr. Eddie Morales, is out working, so he will not be able to join us. But thank you very much, Gooder Gang, for tuning into the show. I appreciate you guys. It is a little after 8 o'clock on a Wednesday, November 11th. Yeah, we're coming right deep into the holiday season, November 11th. No, November the 6th. What am I saying? November 6th, 2024. I'm a little flustered because producer Ty's not here, but I got some. I got a fill-in host, and I'll bring him on here in just a minute. But thank you guys for tuning in the show, and gals. A lot of you guys are already commenting. I appreciate that. I'm happy to be back. It was a nice trip to KC, and we'll go over all of that with our special co-host of the evening. And let's bring him in right now so he can maybe save me. We're talking about Mr. Aaron.
What's up, bitches?
What's up, bitches? Welcome back to the show. My late fill-in. I talked to Eddie not even this morning, a little while ago, and I said, Eddie, are you down? And he's like, man, I'm working late, bro. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I said, okay, well, let me see who answers the bat signal. And Aaron, thank you very much for answering the call and filling in, my man. I know you're busy. I know you're busy, bro, but what you got going on right now, man?
Man, I'm just in an office, having a beer. Tired, but I'm having a beer and just ready to get this show kicked off, man.
Well, I appreciate you filling in at the last minute, but you're always on standby, and I appreciate you, man, very much.
Well, you know what I was doing? I was twisting links and I was making sausage, and I busted out about a couple hundred, about 300 pounds today, so kind of knocked it out. And so got it rolling, but got it done just in time to come over here and chill out and hang with my boy here.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Not only me, these guys that we got coming up here in just a minute, but we're talking about the BBQ Daddies. I don't know. You talk about them just for a minute before we bring them on.
Oh man, Kyle and his crew, dude, they're good guys, man. They're always out there. They're always excited. They're excited to cook, and these guys are just they're just a hell of a team together, and that's kind of like when one's missing, they all just kind of they have to fill in and make things happen. But I've cooked with them a few times, and man, they always show up and kick our asses. So they have a good routine. They got a good program going on, and they have a good family life. Kyle just had a baby not too long ago, so he's man, they're just trying to get back in the swing of things. This is a pretty good run to get back out the gates.
Hell yeah, for sure. What's new with Texas Oil Dust while I got you on right now?
Just trying to finish the year, man. Trying to make sure we have enough stock to finish the year for the holidays coming up, and that's a big thing. It takes a lot of extra capital, to keep the inventory going and the warehouses filled up. So
I know
to maintain that right there, man.
I know. Any new products on the horizon?
We'll wait till January.
All right, wait till January. We'll announce it. Announce it then. I wasn't sure. I was just asking, but that's good to know.
We got some stuff. It's just I've had a hell of a time with a couple of products this year, and it's not the product, it's the packaging, and if it ain't right, we can't do it. So sometimes things happen for a reason, and then I decided, let's just back off and just let things take its course. And so we'll hit it next year. We'll get everything going. Everything's back in place now. It's just a matter of time for filling.
All right. I don't like to talk about myself on the show. You guys know that. I really don't. But this weekend at the American Royal is such an amazing event. If you guys have never cooked it, please try and do yourself a favor and go out to the American Royal. It is our largest event that we do in barbecue. It is the granddaddy of them all. Aaron, would you say it's the most prestigious event that we do?
It's not the most prestigious event, but it is the biggest event.
Okay.
You say we. I think the most prestigious event in the world is the Jack. That's what I think. That's my description, right? But yes, the American Royal is a very huge, very big stage, and it's a shot on the weekend. So I guess you would say that. It just depends on your definition of that.
I don't share the same sentiments, but I've never cooked the Jack, so maybe if I ever when I do, I'll change my mind on that. But the American Royal is the largest. That's without a doubt largest event in the world of barbecue, and so that is to me makes it one of the most prestigious events. And it's in the racetrack at the Kansas Speedway. It's a beautiful event, beautiful venue, and whatnot. But I had a trying event. I was traveling last Tuesday. I left Houston, the Houston area, about 3:45. About 11:45, I was just about to enter Kansas. I was going to meet Eddie, the pit father, and Stacy and Josh Hale from Sure Shot Barbecue at the Kansas Star Casino, which is about 30 miles inside of Kansas. And I'm driving, all of a sudden my truck starts dinging at me, and I'm like, look down, and it is pegged dead red in the coolant temp. It was just,
ouch.
Out. Yeah, it sucked. And so I freaked out. I looked up, and there's this Phillips 66 truck stop. So I pull over. It was about a mile and a half down the road. And as I'm doing that, I let off the gas, coasting it in, kind of pushing it a little bit, but it settles back down just under halfway. It went just back to 212 degrees. So I'm like, okay, maybe that's just a sensor going bad or something like that. And then I texted Josh and Stacy, and I was like, look, I'm not going to make it to the Kansas Star. I'm going to sleep here. I didn't tell them what was going on because I don't want to burden anybody with what I had. And they were 45 minutes up the road. So I pulled over, I slept for about 4 hours, woke up, put some antifreeze and some water in there just in case. Right. And it was low. And then I travel again. I get up about 4 miles down the road, and it's like, bing, this is again, 4.5 hours later or whatnot. And so I look up again, and there's a Love's truck stop. Thank God there was. And so I pull over at the Love's truck stop, put some more water in it, drive around there. And of course, had an issue. And I know Fred Robles, shout out to Fred Robles, a good friend of mine. He had a water pump issue earlier in the day. So I was like, hey, Fred, we both drive Ram pickups. And I was like, hey, what's going on with your truck? What was going on? What did, what kind of indicators was it giving you? And he's like, look, he was sleeping. I woke him up about 4 a.m. And he's like, hey, let me, where you at? Send me a ping. And I sent him a ping, and he shows up about 5 o'clock in the morning. 5:30 or so, and he rolls in, and he fills it up. I turn the truck on, I crawl underneath it, and sure enough, I can see it's just gushing at the bottom of the pump. So had a leak, and he's like, what do you want to do, bro? I'm like, well, you can't do anything for me. You got to go to the event. If anything, I'll call my boy in Kansas, where I was about 3.5 hours away, and he'll come pick up the trailer, and we'll drop the truck off at a service station, and we'll pick it up Monday. Anyway, so I start calling about 7. I found this great facility in Blackwell, Oklahoma, right outside, top of Oklahoma, right inside Kansas. And they had it all day long. I showed up there at 8. Their tech showed up at 8:30. I didn't leave there until about 5:45. So they had it all day long. I drove it there. Yeah, I filled it with water. I was watching it like a hawk, that gauge, and got there. They repaired it. Took a while. I was just there. I wasted a full day sitting in Oklahoma. Weather was coming in. It was terrible. I've seen too many Twister movies. I was just like, get me the hell out of Oklahoma right now, because that sky was turning like greenish gray. I was like, yeah, get me the hell out of here, please. And I got out of there about 5:45. I arrived at the track about 10 o'clock, 10:30 or so, and visited with some Josh and Stacy. I think Phil was still there. Bushmaster, and I get to the hotel. It was about 12:30. I get to the hotel, and about 1:15 after I laid down, I was tired of shit, right? Laid down, and the fire alarm is going off in the hotel, dude.
Oh shit.
Everybody had to evacuate. I go downstairs, and I grab my wallet and keys and hoodie and everything. I go downstairs, and everybody from the hotel is obviously outside, and it was cold and wet. And so I go to my truck, and I lean the seat back, man. I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to sleep, bro. Get in there. I woke up at like 4:30 in the morning. I look up, nobody's outside. Everybody's back in the hotel. I'm sleeping in my truck, and get up, go back to sleep. Anyway, needless to say, day one was terrible. And then the rain just happened. And then, but Friday was a beautiful day. Thursday and Friday got settled. I wasted a full day. I was behind the 8 ball in my mind. I was really not, but when you plan to be there on Wednesday morning and don't get there until Thursday morning, it's kind of throws you off a little bit. But anyway, long story short, did all that. My buddy had a party, and his dad had a medical issue, and so there was just all kinds of like obstacles going down. Saturday we cooked. Day one sucked. We just got our ass handed to us. I think we were 130 out of 163 or something like that. It was terrible. And then, Diane is like, she's like, what are we going to do different? I'm like, nothing. Everything's injected. It's ready to go for Sunday. But I really did feel good about Sunday. I was like, I was telling everybody that would listen to me, Redemption Sunday is coming. And it happened, man. We had a good day. We had a great cook on Sunday. Everything felt great. We turned in our chicken. We did straight wings. I felt like that was kind of a bold move, cotton. But it worked out for us. We hit 46th in chicken at a 444. That was the total team count on Sunday. We hit a 4th place rib. Ribs are staying hot, Ron. Ribs stay lit for Team Bullhorn Barbecue. 212 pork. Ouch. That sucked. And an 82nd brisket for 27th overall for Team Bullhorn Barbecue. Very proud of what we did out there. Shout out to my wife, Diane, my kids, Evan and Eli. They were a big part of the team this weekend. And my boy up in KC, David Lapine, he rocked it out of the house with, all his assistants and everything that we had done. So had a great weekend up there. Happy as hell with how all of our friends did up there. It was, I felt like Texas kind of got beat down, except for like Bill and Josh on in La Pasadena. I'm wearing his shirt right now. Reagan. I feel like we all kind of took it on the chin on Saturday, but then we all recovered. I feel like Sunday was a nice little redemption day for
that's what
Texas.
It looked like.
Yeah,
Texas had a good day on Sunday.
It really was. It really was. And I just got to give some shout out to the people that helped me get out there. Ferguson, Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics, Cosmos, Q Products, Half Fast Cookers, my good friend Jessica Gonzalez with Cheyenne Nicole Management. And I'm probably forgetting somebody. I don't think I am. But if I am, I apologize. But thank you guys. And of course, Aaron, your products and everybody, and Bill and Phil and everything that we do use on a week-to-week basis. It showed up, man. It was awesome. And it was a great time.
Congratulations, man. It's awesome. It's awesome to get that walk, at the Royal and to know that you guys got called and you go stand on the stage, you get down that number, you get to look down, you see number 4 below your feet, and you get your ribbon and you're part of that, top 15 or 20, whatever the, I don't know what the Saturday is. It 25?
Saturday is 20 and Sunday's 25.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's 15. So, I don't remember, but I just know I didn't get a call on Saturday. But let's get our guest on here in just a minute. But first, you know what we got to do? Shout outs to the Gooder Gang. And this guy right here is another sponsor that does not come up there yet. But I promise you, Jimmy, it's coming right now. I promise you once I settle in to what I got going on. But how about Mr. Keene Sharpening Service? What is up,
Gooder Gang? He knocked me out of the park on Saturday in Uvalde, man. He got me all tightened up again.
Carlos Calzada smoking lows. He was cooking right near me. I got to see him all weekend. ZZ Top Fan in the house. What is up? Daddy Dutch Barbecue. I got to see Kent in person. Christian Contreras. I hope you're doing well, my man. Hope the Gooder Gang is good and back. We are Corby Simpkins. Good evening, Gooder Gang. Hashtag America. Yes, I like the hashtag. The Dude Barbecue. What is up, Gooder Gang? Sam Demerit. Again, this is all me today. Producer Ty is under the weather. Is that Steve Quintana? Maybe. Hey, Gooder Gang, good to see y'all back. Thank you very much. Jared McCrory, good evening, everyone. I will say
Mr.
your
GC
name.
Right there.
I will say his name, maybe for the first time later in the show. Sean Trainer, what is up? Chase Vincent, how are you, my man? Larry Vaughn checking in from the Roland office in North Jersey. He's not in South Jersey. Poochie Kriddler, what is going on? Brandon Perriman, I think he had a great day. Sup, Gooder Gang? Blake Hairston, howdy, Gooder Gang. What's going on? Death Metal Barbecue, good evening, Gooder Gang. Bobby Delgado, got to hang with Bobby this weekend. What's up, guys? That is Quattro D Drum Smokers, which has a phenomenal product. Shaler Chapa, he's with the All Fired Up barbecue contest coming up in March. I will talk about that a little later. Sarah Joe in the house. Hey, Gooder Gang. John did very well. John and Shadle with Smoke Eaters. Second place brisket, I think. Second or third place brisket. Twisted D in the house. What's up, fellas? Fidel Sanchez. I got to hang out with him as well. Hello, everyone. Chris Hatcher. What is going on? What's up, fellas? Curtis McBlain. They got walks. If you guys did not notice why the extra intros were, everybody that had an intro got a call this weekend. at the American Royal. That's what that was. Daddy Dutch again. Blake Hairston again. Who else am I missing here? Mark McCandless. What is going on? What's up, everyone? Hope you all are having at least a 40% of a good day. I see what you did there. Leanne Kosick Hine. What's up, Funkle? That was me. Thanks for hosting my Texas girl up in Casey, Kansas at the Royal. Yes, she sent her daughter, and she hung out with us on Thursday at the Blues Hog Party, and she came out on Friday as well. Leanne, for those that don't know, she runs the it's something called different Smoking on the Brazos, Fire on the Brazos coming up. But it was Celebration. So that's coming up next year, hopefully. Erica Dodson, what is going on? Kevin Hernandez, Team Texas Original Charcoal, what is going on? Teresa Edmondson, what's up, Gooder Gang? Crazy Redheaded Cooker here. All right, she's checking in. Louis James, got to hang out with Louis as well. It was sure a fun drive up there. Man, everybody, it felt like a lot of people from Texas had some issues going on. Louis as well. His truck is still there. He might have to fly. I think he is going to have to fly back and pick it up. Reggie Q got walks as well. AJ George, what's going on? Jen Lee, they got a big turkey call. That was JC's. Chicken Fried in the house. Up, gentlemen. He got calls on both days. Good job, Mr. Bill Purvis. And talked to him on the way back, and he put like his new sweet heat on his chicken and his turkey, and they both got calls. So if you guys not gotten a hold of that, go to the barbecue store in Hempstead, and they will get it on there. Kent again, Smoking Magic. I played your intro. They got a big call. Smoking Magic. Thank you very much, Brandon. Oh, okay, that's the other guy. Sergio Chapa in the house. They got called, but I don't have an intro for you guys. Bell Clark, what is going on? Hello, gents. Kevin Strahan, what's up, guys? All right, let's get who else we got here. South Texas Blaze. Greg Muller, what is going on? Chef Greg, if you don't know, from Rec Tech. James Dodson in the house. Smoked Cued on Main Street. What is going on? Tung Win, 4th place. Let's go. Hell yeah, I'll take it. Doesn't sound good, 4th place, but at a 444 at the 44th annual, I'll take it. 44th annual.
Going on.
Look at it. It says 44th, 4th place, and 444 teams, man. It's like it worked out. Little Gringo, I know who that is now. My boy up there doing that. Sam Freeze in the house. All right, Robert Michelle got a big brisket call. Wes Garrett, Redemption Sunday for both of us. My man, what is going on? And Gordo Q. All right. Thank you, Gooder Gang, for checking in. I appreciate you guys each and every week for doing what you do. Sorry I was MIA the last couple of weeks, but, life happens. Baseball and then being stuck on the road in Oklahoma doesn't help for putting on a show. But I hope you guys tuned into the Chicken Fried Show. They did do a show out there at the American Royal. It was a show. It was a good show. I know they had a bunch of people tuning in or chiming in. I know the Shed was there, Stretch was there, Wes was there, Bill and Phil were there. A lot of people showed up. All right. Let's do it. Sorry, I'm a little late right now, but had lots to talk about. But let's bring on the BBQ Daddies. Aaron, you know about these guys, my man, don't you?
Yeah, I know a little
What's
bit.
up, guys?
What's going on? Unless they got, I one time I see them and they got a pack of dude wipes in front of them with a camera, like they're shooting a video. I'm scared.
I do want to talk about that, but we're talking about to Kyle and Ryan, and our other partner showed up right here, Mr.
There
Brandon.
Can y'all hear? Can y'all hear Aaron, or can y'all hear us?
No. I can hear. Yeah, I can hear everybody.
Okay, cool. I can't.
Brandon, say something.
Hello.
All right, we can hear everybody. Gooder Gang, can you hear everybody? I feel like we're all good to go. It's gonna be a full show right here. But Kyle, Ryan, Brandon, please introduce yourself to the Gooder Gang. This is your first time. I love having first-time guests on the show. But man, what a big way to get on the show. But talk about yourself first. Introduce yourself. Where you guys from? Talk about your team and how long y'all guys been doing this, man.
Yeah. So I guess I'll kind of lead it off here. So I'm Kyle Speicher. We're a team of friends, Rob. We started this whole thing just a couple buddies drinking beer in a field with the ego that thought we could cook decent barbecue. And our first competition ever, we stayed up till actually we never went to bed. We had a beer funnel out there and had 3 pellet grills, the loudest generator in the town probably. So our neighbors hated us. Um, and we stayed up all night, just absolutely burned it down. Almost caught a pellet grill on fire. Actually, it was close to having to break the fire extinguisher out on it. And we got our tail kicked at our first competition. So we went out there and did the same damn thing on the second competition, just to see if it was luck. But man, we're just 3 good buddies. We started this thing and we never gave up and kept cooking. Ryan's my brother-in-law, and I'll let you guys kind of introduce yourself. So I'm not doing all the talking.
Yeah, so my name's Ryan Hester. Yeah, we're brother-in-laws, so we're both from Burleson. I know Brandon's from Decatur. We've been cooking for about 3 years, and man, this last year we've been getting hot, and obviously it kind of showed in American Royal with our brisket call. Our brisket's been hitting really big, so
yeah,
we're excited.
Nice, Brandon. Yeah, Brandon, go ahead.
I mean, these guys covered it pretty well, but I'm Brandon. Just me, Kyle, and Ryan started this team, and we kind of set a list of goals. Kyle actually sent us that list of goals. Yeah. And I know it hadn't been very long. People talk about how we haven't been cooking very long, but it's been a journey, and we've had a lot of help and a lot of mentors out there, and we're really appreciative of those guys.
Yeah.
I think we were a little intimidated going into our first KCBS. We never really cooked pork at a competition. We hadn't. And these guys went out there and killed it. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. I've had some family issues. But man, these guys are great. They've kept me involved. They were like, we're not doing the show without you. We're not doing anything without you. And they want to give me a trophy and everything. And they called me right after. I mean, I was a part of that celebration a little bit. That I was screaming. I'm at work right now. I was screaming at the fire station when they won.
That's awesome.
You definitely were.
I was watching the awards, and it was a blur. I think it was a blur here. I couldn't imagine what it was like in Kansas City, but it's a good group of guys, man. And
well, that explains everything about the Stasher firefighter.
Yeah. I'm getting some comments
right
on
there.
the stash right there. Wes Garrett says, my new goal is grow that stash. Wes, I don't know if you can pull that off,
It's
bro.
the porn stash, man. He's got it, dog.
Yeah, everybody always talks about your stash, Brando. So that's the barbecue.
It's one of the things I bring to the team. So
yeah, it's awesome. It is epic. So not very long y'all been doing this thing, man. But you guys, you mentioned in the last year, y'all have been really kind of doing something. Talk about the first couple of years of struggle real quick before we get to some of the new successes, man.
I mean, so I sent because we wrote down as a team our goals when we started really getting into this thing. Because let me kind of back up here. So Justin West is a huge mentor of ours. I don't know if you guys know Justin.
Looks like you
love Justin. Love Justin.
Freaking phenomenal guy, right? So we took those first 2 competitions, and it got to the point where it was like, okay, hey guys, we know we can do this. There's obviously this is different than what we're cooking for our family at home. And somebody told us to basically go judge. Oh, did we lose y'all? Y'all still there?
Yeah, we're here.
We're here.
Okay. So yeah, somebody told us to go judge. So we went to Cleburne and IBCA in Cleburne, which is 10 minutes down the road from my house, Brandon and we judged. And we saw this guy sitting in a lawn chair, just kicked back, drinking beer. And I'm like, man, we were running around like a chicken with our head cut off during this cook-off. I see all these damn barrels sitting around here. What are these barrels about? So went by and talked to Justin, and he was like, hey man, how you doing? Really, open to seeing us, and said, hey, that's awesome that you guys came to judge. And this is, of course, after we've got done judging, I think, ribs or something. And Justin was like, hey man, he owned short rib drum smokers at the time. So we called up Justin and ordered 2 drums from him, and we started cooking on drums for our 3rd competition ever. And we did okay. We did a little bit better there. Our 3rd competition, we still didn't get any calls. Actually, I think we got like a 10th place chicken, or like a really low call chicken. And so we talked to Justin a little bit more, and he said, hey man, why don't you come take a class with me and shadow me one day? And we went and did a shadow class with Justin. And our very next comp, was, where was it? It was Covington, right?
Covington.
Yeah, it was Covington, right? And we're sitting there and they start calling chicken and
Probably the biggest one we did at that point. I think it was
that was the biggest competition at the time that
or
we've been
something,
to.
and that was big for us.
Yeah, it was big for us. It was and so we get out there into Covington and they call first place chicken. And you would have thought the roof blew off that damn barn we were in. I mean, it was
a fire
like,
station. It was a fire station.
Oh man! And everybody turned around and looked at us like, "Who are all these guys back here?" And so we get up there and we get our award and we're high fiving, and then they start calling ribs. We're still celebrating. They're calling ribs, and then they say 15th ribs, and they call our name again. So it was like, get up and then go right back up there, man. So we went and did that, and then we didn't get a call on brisket, but that was like, I remember just calling Justin after that, like, hey man, and he was so pumped. He was like, wow, because we just took a class with him, and we got a first place big call for us. So after that first place chicken, man, it was like we were hooked. Like I told my wife, I was like, hey, look, here's our schedule. We sat down as a team, put every comp that we want to put down. Here's our schedule, and she was like, okay, I guess we're fucking cooking barbecue. Excuse my language.
No, hey, I'm sure y'all know, that first call, first big call. It's like put it in my veins. Like,
it's like
that's what gets you to spend the rest of your free money on barbecue. Is them big ass calls at the very beginning of your career.
I was like, man, so we can hang out in this field, drink beer, hang out with our buddies, and we got $500 for cooking a chicken. Yeah, I'm in.
Which at the time, it was right after COVID. It was like that didn't pay for half of it.
No. That chicken didn't. Everybody. When they take pictures, they'll show the money they made and stuff, and that's cool and all, but I'm always in the back of my head like, all right, so how much are you in the hole?
Yeah. If you actually showed the money of what you spent, there'd be nothing in your hands. It'd be like, all right, maybe $25 if you're lucky. But hey, breaking even is winning in this sport for sure.
That's right.
That's my only goal, is to break even.
Yeah,
if I can just break even, then that means I'm.
Aaron, I can't hear you. I don't know if anybody else can hear Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron, you're a little light.
Am I light?
Yeah, but it's better.
Yeah, but so we started cooking more and more, and we started like it's like we got on this is probably year 2 of us starting and really getting going after it, and it was like, we'd get a bunch of calls. We'd be top 10. And we wrote our goals down. It was like our first goal was, hey, we just want to get a call. Check that off the list. Then it was, hey, we want to be top 10. Check that off the list. We want to get a first place in a meat category. Check that off the list. We wanted to, I wish I had that list in front of me. We wanted to RGC. We hit like 3 or 4 RGCs. Bam, bam, bam. No GC, and so we were sitting there thinking, man. So we started this thing that we did the Quest BBQ DADDIES 2023 Quest for GC tour. We had all of our competitions listed out, and they were all outlaw comps. And we would just scratch them off the list, and then finally we went to Paris, Texas, and we GC'd that cook, and It was like weight was lifted off our shoulders there. That was our second year in, and I feel like through that process, we kind of really became a team, because we just have our process that we do, and we cook so good together. It's like, Brandon, we missed you at the Royal, man. I know I already told you that, but we missed you. And Blake Harrison came out and helped us. Blake, I know you're watching. I really appreciate the time that you spent and come up there and hung out with us and ran boxes and washed dishes and had an extra pair of hands. I really appreciate your time.
Was Blake wearing the Aggie hoodie?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's Blake. All right, yeah. Blake's been commenting on this show for a while, so I did meet Blake as well.
Yeah,
so
Blake's
good to meet you, Blake.
Blake's the new owner of Short Rib Drum Smokers.
Oh, okay,
and
nice.
So it's kind of weird how this whole thing comes together. It's like we bought our first 2 drums from Justin, and then we ended up getting on Team Short Rib Drum Smokers with Blake. So that's all we cook on is those short rib drums. And that's kind of what we've stuck with. It's been winning for us. We've got other picks, but it's been what's been what we're comfortable with, I guess. Right. Go ahead.
Sorry. No, you go.
I didn't mean. Well, I was just gonna say on that list of goals, man, it's like in 3 years what we've crossed off. Our last goal was, I don't care what anybody says, but that first place brisket, I wrote down world champion next to that bastard. So we scratched that off the list. It's not full on, GC, but we'll take that big call at the Royal on that best brisket in the world that day. So we
Hey, let
crossed
me
that
tell
goal
you,
off the list.
don't sell that short. Everybody wants to be a world champion, and that is a world championship, in my opinion. We've had this conversation before on this show right now, but if you get a category at a world championship, you can claim yourself. You are. It's not claiming. You are a world champion. You guys are a world champion brisket team cook. BBQ Daddies right there. 100%. Aaron, how do you feel? How do you feel about that, Aaron?
Let's drink to that shit.
Let's drink to that. Everybody cheers. I know you're working, Brandon, but
In spirit.
Kyle will drink two for you, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he will. He
First
drank a
place
lot
brisket
for
at the Royal. That's a world champion brisket. That doesn't matter. Can y'all hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. No, that's a huge call. Whether it's brisket, chicken, ribs, pork, that's world champion. Square trophy is a square trophy, and that's not very many people have those. So that's something to don't take very lightly.
I can't hear Aaron
you've got-
hardly.
I can hear him. Yeah. Aaron, I don't
Are
know.
you on your phone, Kyle?
Huh?
You on your
Yeah.
phone?
Oh, he said, hold on. He's gonna do something here. Now we can't hear you.
Now you can hear me?
Now we can hear you.
Fuck them motherfuckers. All right.
Fuck them motherfuckers.
No, man, it's a first place deal. It's all good.
I wish I could hear him. I love it.
I would take it and roll with it, and I'd sport it. I'd carry that fucking trophy in my truck if it's me. I was thinking on top here. I'd be by every cook-off I go to. I'd be right on table.
Brandon Perriman, short rib drum, has made him a lot of money. Blake Hairston, it was great to meet you out there. He said enjoyed it. Thanks for the invite. Chicken Fried says Aaron got them Cricket earbuds off the shelf right there when you're checking out.
$18 at Walmart.
Oh, that's what exactly, my man. Got them earbuds off Team U. Yes. How about the Shane Leclerc? Damn Yankees
Hey, I bought
barbecue.
it where you bought that gold chain, brother.
Damn Yankees barbecue finished in the top teens. He was like 18th, 17th. I don't want to sell you short, 15th, maybe even 11th. I don't remember, Shane, but shout out to you and your team. Day two at a 444 was in the top 25 for sure. That's amazing. That is awesome.
And we actually hung out with the Damn Yankee team there at the casino on, was it Wednesday night?
Yeah.
Wednesday night after the Shiggin Fried live podcast that they had going there.
Yeah, damn, I was supposed to be with you.
Man, that was a lot of damn fun. There's a lot of good people there.
He said, "Shush, chill, bro, chill." He said, "Chill."
Let's stop it, right? Shane's back there going. He's okay. That's enough, man.
Yeah, well, let's before we get into the success that you guys had, talk about your first experience. What were you guys thinking about the Royal? What did you guys know about it? I'm sure you probably talked to some people about what to expect or whatnot, but did it live up to the hype? Did it talk about it?
Well, that was our first KCBS ever, right?
Wow.
So yeah, no shit. So talk about 100-mile-an-hour fastball trying to hit it without a swing before it. So we've only cooked Outlaw and IBCA before that. So we're used to that hour-long turn-in. So we practiced at home and put together our own timeline, kind of did like a practice cook just to get our timeline where it needed to be. And we just used that as our Bible and kind of ran off of it. And our full intention was to go to the Royal Oak Invitational and use that as like a tune-up because we're on Team Royal Oak. And we decided, with the things that Brandon's got going on and financially and time, we've all got newborn babies and stuff. It just wasn't in the cards to make it down to Georgia. So we decided, hey, you know what? We'll just we'll head to the Royal and do our thing there. And are we still on the show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just keep talking, man.
Sorry, man.
This is a professional fake internet barbecue show. We'll let you know if you go dead.
All right, man. Yeah. So anyway, so we So we went to the roll, and we knew, hey, we got to build a kale box, and I've practiced at home, and I've looked at some classes online and stuff of how to build a kale box and do all that. And I just remember I called Aaron before we even got there, and I was like, hey man, how do I keep this damn kale fresh? And he said, buy a case of kale, throw it in a trash bag, and throw some ice on top of it. And that kale stayed fresh the whole time, Aaron. So thanks for that tip. But that's all we knew, Rob. I mean, that's all we knew was like, hey, here's your meats. We never cooked legs or thighs before. So my wife is probably like, dude, if you cook another freaking chicken leg, I'm going to kick you out of the house. Because I was just practicing. And, I've still got a lot to learn on that. I think we all got a lot to learn on the chicken side of things. But it was just, I don't know, Ryan, it was crazy, man. When we got there and drove through that tunnel, I mean, I'll let you kind of talk because I know I'm talking everybody's ear off, but the tunnel, it was amazing.
No, I mean, yeah, it was surreal. Made it through the weather. We had a little mud pit, but other than that, we didn't party as hard Friday. We got that out of our system on Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
Made it down to the casino on Wednesday, watched the baseball game, and unfortunately lost a little bit of money. But
yeah,
but other than
lost
that,
money
man,
in the casino.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Which baseball game are you talking about?
Man, I know that Shane's watching. We watched the Yankees.
Oh, is it? Well, that was Wednesday. That was Wednesday night.
And hey, man, I'm a Ranger fan, so it was kind of like, damn, I can't believe I'm rooting for the Yankees. But he was there. I was like, fuck it, we'll root for the Yankees for you, buddy. And it got to the point to where they blew that lead, and I could see how upset he was. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I mean, Texas Shane. I was like, "Hey, man,
it was unbelievable, man, watching that game." And then Ryan and I went to the blackjack table, and we said, "Hey, we're just going to take $100 out. You know how that goes. And we'll cut that story short right there." Because
how was that goal? Did you make that? Did you check that goal off?
Oh, we did not check that goal off. We erased that goal. And it probably had something to do with the beers. I would say that because they got our money worth. I'll put it
casino and alcohol.
So we were bruised and battered walking out of that damn casino.
Oh, so. That's a friendly casino to some people. Not everybody. Obviously, casinos are that for everybody. But yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, I was watching that game. And then the chicken fried show started, so I stopped watching. They were up 5-0. Shane, close earmuffs. They were up 5-0, and I started watching Bill's show, traveling, and then I got some alert later in the Dodgers won the World Series. Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
And then I saw that Aaron Judge, missed a.
I saw it 5-0. I had that lead right, and I texted Shane. I said, "Hey, Frank might be singing tonight." He says, "Shush," like you'll jinx it, kind of thing. And well, time I got through eating dinner, and it was already 4-5. I was like,
"Man, I wish I could hear Aaron."
You can't hear him.
I can't. I haven't heard Aaron the whole show.
You keep talking over his ass too.
I know, but I can't hear him.
It'd be weird if Kyle can hear him. It'd be weird if Kyle can hear him.
I can hear you.
I mean, Ryan, can you hear him?
No, we can't hear.
Must be the phone or something.
Yeah, something's going on with y'all. You can hear Brandon and me.
Yeah, I can hear y'all. Y'all want me to back out and then comp back in? Because I could hear Aaron at the beginning.
Yeah, do that. And we'll talk to Brandon for just a minute. Yeah.
All right, I'll hop out.
All right, hop back in. So, Brandon, you were home watching all this unfold. Obviously, you were what were you watching when all this was going down on Saturday?
Well, first off, I wanted to jump in there, but
yeah, please do.
If Blake's still here, man, this Kyle was kind of talking about it. The barbecue community is amazing. People that know me personally, and Kyle and Ryan are really good friends with my wife. My wife got cancer a few months ago.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
And I'm not trying to bring the mood down.
No, you're not.
And these guys and Blake, especially short rib drum smokers, they did a raffle for my wife and gave us some money, and people showed out for that. The barbecue guys, and no one cared about that smoker. I know that's a cool prize, but and they make a great smoker. A world championship brisket came off that smoker.
Yes, it did.
So shout out to Blake, short rib, and Kyle and Ryan and their wife, and their wives and everyone for setting that up for me. But yeah, I was watching just on my phone. I found a stream. I can't remember who it was, but I know Mike Steele was standing right behind him because I could hear him. You know, Mike Steele's voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I could hear Mike Steele when they called that, and it was like a blur. Like I said, I couldn't imagine what it was like in Kansas City, but it went. I heard BBQ Daddies. I was like us, like the barbecue. It felt really fast. It wasn't like drawn out. And like the music starts. Like I said, we don't do KCBS. Normally, it's just like all your buddies there. Everyone knows who we are. Like no one knew. I'm sure back there it was crazy when they were getting poured on in Kansas City. But I was dry and I was pretty excited. And I called Kyle and he answered. And it was a scene on the phone. I could tell.
Yeah.
But that was my reaction watching it. I heard those like Mike talking, and he was like, "I can't believe it," because Kyle just had a baby. Ryan's got a 1-year-old, a little over 1-year-old. I've got a 1-year-old.
Oh my gosh, how old are you guys? You guys are young.
Yeah, I'm 32. I think I'm the oldest on the team. I'm 32.
Yeah. I'm 29. I'll be 30 in May. Yeah, 28. He's 28. So we're the barbecue daddies for a reason.
Yeah.
We're
okay. Now I get it. Now BBQ Daddies, y'all just had babies, right?
We weren't even really daddies at the time, but I think we all knew we wanted kids and stuff, and it just kind of resonated. I don't know. And then now we're real daddies.
I think I've been asked why we're the barbecue daddies, and I think that like we sat down one day and we were like, you know what, we're all going to be having kids. We're going to be doing, because we got so hooked into this. I was thinking, man, I don't want to ever stop barbecue. I was like a heroin addict when we got that chicken call. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So
Wes Garrett, y'all sure y'all barbecuing? Lots of loving going on here.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, I want to just make sure. Hey, Jen Lee, prayers for your wife. I think everybody watching right now is feeling the same thing, man. Yeah. And shout out to you guys for stepping up and helping the family out and doing what you guys did. And if there's anything we can do, down the line,
I appreciate it. It's like Justin called me, and like he's saying, Justin West, and he's telling me this is just as much your championship. There's things that are bigger than barbecue, and I can attest to that. That's for sure. But we still love cooking barbecue. That's for sure.
So, Brandon, where were you when you were watching it?
I was here. I was at the fire station. I know that because I was hollering.
What were your boys thinking when you were screaming?
A couple guys were like, "What is going on?" Like, I was screaming, calling Kyle. I was like, "Let's go!" I just wish I was there. It's like I said, things are bigger than barbecue. My family's really important to me, but
we missed you, man. We did.
Man, I know I was there with them. They showed me more love, and I feel like I was a part of it. As much as I could have been. It sucks that I wasn't in Kansas City, but
so it's called foreshadowing, boys and girls. Here, we're going to talk about the cook though, guys. Kyle, Ryan, you guys were actually there. Let's talk about that brisket. How did you feel that day? You were rushing 30-minute turn-ins. Yeah, everything going. You probably woke up a little earlier than you normally do for a outlaw barbecue. What time did you get up?
So we got up at 3:40, which way early, right? And our timeline.
I wasn't up at 3:40.
It's great. We cook hot, but our goal was to get the food done and in the Cambro before the madness starts, right? So that's kind of the way we did it. And that brisket was just, when I trimmed it up, I was like, okay, hey, this is a good one. I mean, the flat on it was that thick. So, and the marbling.
You can feel that, right, Aaron? When you get a good brisket and that knife just kind of goes down there, yeah. You guys
about
know.
The 4 slice in, it just oozes juice. Yeah. You're like,
that's how I felt Sunday. But you guys are saying Saturday, right? So you felt good.
Yeah, it was amazing, man. The cook went smooth. Everything was kind of gelling. We just ran our program, like I said, our timeline. I said it's like our Bible, but we go off of that. It's not a, hey, at this time I got to do this right now, but we try to stick to it as best as we can, and I think that's been, a good thing for us that's helped us in our success. Now, and brisket, it's not like, hey, I wrap at this exact time. We make sure our bark is there and all that, but it was just like you said, Aaron, man. I started slicing that brisket, and the juice just started that clear just money juice starts pouring out, and it's like, oh man, I know this one's going to be good. And we doctored it up, and that's one thing we do as a team is we all try it. We got 3 guys trying it. Blake was there this time. He was one of the guys trying it instead of Brandon, and we all say, hey, what do you think? How's it taste? And I personally, our brisket recipe, like I like it, but I think I'm kind of immune to it because I haven't. You get tired of eating that crap all the time,
Yeah,
You just get tired of eating it, and we haven't cooked in so long because we've been off. And I tried it, and I was like, "Oh my god, that son of a gun is good." And I never say that. I'm always the
right.
I never say that, do I, Brandon? I'm like, man, Brandon, I loved it. I'm telling you. And
There was
so
a time there where Kyle wouldn't even eat it. We got on a streak, and me and Ryan were trying everything, and he's like, I'm not going to eat it one time. And then we hit big, and Kyle's like, now I can never eat it again.
Brandon, it's that time, when me and you look at each other, we know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know exactly how you feel because it's like it's you're such not immune to it, but you just know what it tastes like. Oh, that tastes good. It tastes like always. Tastes like always. But sometimes it doesn't always taste like always. Sometimes there's just a small little hint. It's like 2 years ago at San Antonio Rodeo when I hit that brisket call. Me and Chuck Longstaff there, the same thing. It was like we tasted it just the previous weekend. It was good, but atmosphere, air, I have no idea. It just hit a little bit different. You're like, holy shit, shit, this is good, and then you turn it in, But I mean, it's kind of, I know what you mean because that's an oh shit moment. It's kind of you just know it's just got a little extra pizzazz into it.
I mean, and we cooked our Texas brisket. I mean, that's our recipe. I just backed off the black pepper just a little bit, and it tasted great, man. And so we put it in the box, and Blake ran it up there, and we immediately started getting ready for the next day, right? That's kind of the protocol after you turn brisket in, I guess, if you're doing a KCBS double. So we got our stuff knocked out, and we head to awards. We pick a nice little spot out in the field, kind of in the back.
Before we get to that moment, hey, did you guys probe it or pull it a little different than you normally would a Texas brisket? Or okay?
Yeah, because I mean, Aaron told me this a long time ago. He said, "Hey, you're basically cooking chopped brisket in a slice for an IBCA or an outlaw." And so before that, I feel like before Aaron actually told me that, you told me that in West. Aaron, I don't know if you remember that or not, but before that, I felt like I wasn't cooking brisket long enough, right? And so this time I kind of went back to our old texture, and it was just money, man. It's everything you look for in a KCBS brisket that I know of, on the texture, that it was there. We pulled it probably about 30, 45 minutes earlier than we would for an outlaw cook.
About 2 to 3 degrees.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not much, but there is a difference there with the way the probe, not really the way the probe went in, but the resistance pulling the probe out. It's kind of the way I felt. So, but yeah, I mean, it was good. It was a freak brisket, man. And we hit.
It was at the right place at the right time.
Right. Absolutely. And we were feeling good about, all of our meats.
Where'd you get the brisket from?
We got the brisket from HEB.
Nice.
I live 5 minutes from one, man. So it's
fucking
like, hey,
HEB, bro. I mean, I thought you were gonna say Midland or somewhere else. But what kind of brisket was it?
It was a snake.
Okay, so it was a snake from HEB.
Yeah,
all right, nice.
Yeah. Look at him over there. I got an HEB brisket. Everybody's like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna go buy me a $25 select or something like that." It's a snake. It's a black.
Shout out to HEB right now. First place brisket at the American Royal.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I mean, I live 5 minutes from HEB, so like,
dude, I love HEB. I'm just saying. But yeah.
And I know the meat guy there, and it's like, hey man, order more of these, because you can go to the HEB guy and say, hey, They literally have a button that they can push that says competition brisket, and it shows up. Snake River will show up. If they just order the Wagyu brisket, it'll show up a Marishima Reserve.
All right, Randy Weaver, you got to go, bro.
Yeah, he's a troll in the chat.
You got to go.
What's he saying? I didn't see nothing.
He's saying taxes are gay. I mean, okay.
Fuck that.
Abortion is murder. He's just doing some stupid shit in our. That's how you know you got.
I got him on
you're internet famous. That
Here's Colin.
I wish Ty were here. Producer Ty would have a ball with that guy. But Jenna is in the house. They were at HEB every day for a week.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. I mean, I don't doubt it. Excuse me. I don't doubt it for 100%. Okay, so we talked about the temperature. You kind of did a little different. You talked to Aaron and talked to some people, probably Justin and people helping you out right there. Somebody said shout out to Timmy Esch for a crash course earlier in the day. I love Timmy. Tiny E Barbecue is a big big guy.
Tim was right across from us, and he actually came over and sat down and just showed us how to put a box together for a kale box, like just how to put the kale in the box. And you watch it online on these online classes, and that's a great resource, and I encourage everybody to go do it. But if you have somebody right there in front of you showing you, that's like worth its weight in gold, man, because just seeing it's just a different vantage point than just what the camera shows you.
Tiny E, also a brisket champion, has a wood trophy for brisket.
build a better kale box in time.
And before I get any further, I'm sorry, but Tim Milligan and Jackie Milligan with Team Chupacabra, day 2 were the brisket champions. Fred Robles, day 2 was the pork champion.
We did.
I have all the results here. We'll go over that in just a minute. But before we get to the actual awards and stuff, I am going to take just a break. You guys can take a break real quick. Aaron, you go take a break because I'm going to ask you to come back in here while I go take a break. But when we come back, we'll talk about the actual hearing of your name at the American Boil, which is a huge deal. And we'll talk about your social media because I love you guys on social media, BBQ Daddies. If you're not following them, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. But I do have to do the bull printing wraps and graphics wrap-up recap, upcoming events. And we'll talk about the big winners at the American Roll. And we'll talk about the big moment because that was pretty cool. I was literally about 40 feet away from you guys when you guys got that call, which is pretty cool. All right, so I'll drop you guys down. You guys can go
check the air and the tires.
Brandon, you can go fight a fire, whatever you got to do right now. Aaron,
sharpen your axe. I don't know.
Aaron, go kick the tires. And I'll play some music here, and then we'll get started here. But I'll drop you guys down, and then I'll be right back. All right. Shout out to the BBQ Daddies right now and our co-host, Mr. Aaron Leslie, going on right now. But I'm going to play some music, and then we'll get started with some upcoming event segment. Here we go. There it is right there. The upcoming segment, printing wrap up recap. Let's go to the slides. Upcoming events segment. It's going to go real quick because in the Champions Barbecue Alliance, we got Camp Hope this weekend. That's where I will be. I'll be in Camp Hope at the Houston racetrack, the horse track over at the off the Beltway and 249. In Brownsville, we got the United Way Barbecue Cook-Off. We got the 14th annual Harper Barbecue Cook-Off in Harper, Texas. That is a state championship. And in Del Rio, Texas, we got the Laughlin Air Force Base Veterans Day World Championship Cook-Off. Do they call it a World Championship? I don't know if that's a World Championship. That is a state championship for sure. And over in the IBCA, we get the Bentwood Barbecue Cook-Off in Georgetown. State championship. We get the Bomb City Smoke-Off in Canyon, Texas. That is also a state championship. We got the Concert in the Country in Magnolia. And in Pearland, another state championship. We get the Pearland BFW Post 7109 Veterans Day Cook-Off. And in Outlaw, we got the Oklahoma Pecan Festival, Ardmore, Oklahoma. And over in KCBS, we got the Downtown Barbecue Showdown That's also a state championship in Lakeland City, Florida. And we got the Currituck Bulls and Barbecue State Championship in Powell's Point, North Carolina, also a state championship. Shout out to the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads coming up real soon, December 13th and 14th. We're about 5 weeks away. That's going to be a huge event. They normally have about over 150 teams. Last year they had 178 teams. That is the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, all on concrete. They feed you on Friday. It is voted 2-time CBA Event of the Year. Wade Carpenter and his crew do a phenomenal job. So if you guys have not put that on your calendar, that is also a prestigious event to get one of those wood trophies. So if you guys are looking for a cook-off, December 13th and 14th, the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads. All right. We got the upcoming events segment. That was, hold on, where's the, I did that. Sorry. Let me remove this and add the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap-up recap. Got some new music. All right. I'm excited for this. Although there were only 2 events, 2 slides or whatever. The Hunters Roundup. I think this was in Uvalde, Texas. The grand champion, I think it was his first GC. We're talking about Jared McCrory for Barefoot Cookers. Congratulations. The RGC was April and Daniel Rodriguez from Texas Smoke Barbecue. And then, yeah, that was it. Nothing in IBCA, nothing in Lone Star, nothing in Outlaw. So we're going to go straight to the KCBS American Royal Invitational. The grand champion was Hot Daddy's Barbecue. Congratulations on day 1. The Invitational RGC was Smoke Central Barbecue. So shout out to Hot Daddy's Barbecue and the RGC Smoke Central Barbecue. The American Royal Open. Aaron, I'm going to get you in here real quick. Did you go kick the tires, my man?
I did. I checked the air pressure. It's all good.
All right, everything good. All right. Did you realize what happened with this grand champion Chunky Barbecue? What was on the line?
No.
Okay,
so Team of the Year.
So the KCBS Team of the Year going into last weekend was Janky Leg Barbecue. Phenomenal cook. He's been on the show. Love Jordan, Allie Kirkpatrick. Phenomenal people. They were leading going into the weekend. So as long as Chunky Barbecue or Rooters and Tooters did not GC either day 1 or day 2, they were going to be Team of the Year. So going into it, Chunky Barbecue and Rooters and Tooters knew they had to win either the Open, either the Invitational or the Open. And crazy enough as it is, the largest contest in the world, 444 teams. Shout out to Chunky Barbecue. They did the damn thing. They won the grand champion at the American Royal Open. They are also the Team of the Year in the KCBS season. So crazy. Chunky Barbecue, big time. Went in there knowing they had to win. Went in there knowing they had to win, and they did it, which is nuts. So all right, and the RGC was our good friend Chris Webb from Bushmaster Barbecue. That was the American Royal Open on Sunday. All right, so we're going to go over the first place finishes at the Invitational on Saturday. Chicken was Rusty Pig Barbecue. Congratulations. Ribs was Hot Daddy's Barbecue. They wound up winning day 1. Pork was All Forked Up for Q. And brisket, our people right now, we're talking to them right now. There they are right there. Brisket was Barbecue Daddies on the Invitational day 1. Day 2, chicken was Fire Dancer Barbecue. Ribs, Rusty Pig Barbecue. Pork, how about this guy, Fred Robles, Rio Valley Meats. They were the pork champion. And then brisket, 2 Texas teams, rightfully so, took brisket. We're talking about Team Chupacabra. Tim and Jackie Milligan with Team Chupacabra, took that brisket trophy home. What do you think about that, Ron?
I tell you what, they gave out 8 trophies, and 3 of them came to Texas. So that's a pretty outstanding move.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna pull that down. I'm gonna bring Brandon back in. I'm gonna bring Kyle and Ryan back in. All right, so you got your name called day one, right? Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Before we get to the your Mount Rushmore and your barbecue homies, which is going to be here in just a minute. Hope you guys studied for that. You guys watch the show, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then we also have maybe some Rate My Boxes. We'll see what we get to. And you guys stick around for that. That'd be awesome. Brandon, you good? No fires? We're good?
We're good.
No trucks, no trucks to wash or nothing
Get
like
that axe sharpened up nice and tight. Okay.
Not this late.
Are you the cook for the fire station?
I do some cooking, but mostly leave it to the rookie. You know.
Nice.
My stash is too long.
You need to be like training the rookie though, bro. It's like stand over his shoulder and say, "Hey, you need to beat them eggs right now, damn it." All right, Aaron, you got some questions before we get started? I hope you do, because it's your show for about 3 to 4 minutes while I go kick the tires myself.
No, that's fine. We got this, man.
I know you got it. Let's.
All right, so here we go. So here you are. You're in the infield, right? How far back were you guys?
We were about probably 100 yards.
So you're like, I mean, the stage is here. You're like in the very back.
Dead center
of the field, right?
Dead center. But there was probably, I don't know, 2 other little groups behind us. But we were, I would say, probably 75 yards from the stage.
So was it raining during awards?
Dude. Oh, yeah. It was
because
pouring
I'm pretty
down.
sure the lives that I've seen, some of them were like covered up, so you could see the rain. But was there a whole bunch of canopies out there? Or everybody just bearing it out, sitting in rain?
So I feel like this is probably just because we were so cold and I didn't care, but we picked our spot. It wasn't raining. It was just like a light sprinkle here and there on and off. And it's like they start calling Barbecue Hall of Fame, because they do the Barbecue Hall of Fame and the best rub on the planet.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour event before.
And then they start. So like by the time before they even get to chicken, it is a torrential downpour, and we look around and everybody's got umbrellas and pop-up tents, and me, Ryan, and Blake Harrison are the only people without a damn.
Blake's wearing a cotton hoodie.
Blake's got a cotton hoodie on. I've got a what I thought was a waterproof jacket, like a Drake waterfowl jacket on, and Ryan had like a waterproof jacket on. So we're sitting there, we're just powering through that thing, and we're like, hey, this is the lucky spot. We're not moving, because we're a pretty superstitious team, Aaron. Like hey man, we did this day. We're gonna do, that's kind of our thing. And I was like, you know what, boys, we picked this spot. We are gonna just ride this thing out right here. And my jacket held up for like, yours is doing good too. My jacket held up for like probably 10 minutes of that rain, and then it was like there was a river just from my back to my ass crack. Just
so as soon as you bend over, Ryan, going down there. So here you are. You're in the field. It's rain is pouring down. They get to second place brisket. There's a lot of guys going up there. They're a lot doing things. You're like, well, shit, we had a shot. I mean, here you go. And then you're all of a sudden they call y'all's name. And from that moment, then it sank in to the time that you got down there. I mean, obviously it took you a few minutes to get to the stage anyways. It did not take me very long to get to the stage at San Antonio Rodeo, because I was barreling through quite a many people. I was just pushing them out of the way, right? So, but I mean, you guys, y'all got the high fives and the hugs. You got up there. So how did you feel when you got up on the stage? They've called your name, and you got this square trophy in your hand, and y'all are, I mean, what was that feeling?
Man, unbelievable. They called our name. We jumped up. We did blow the roof off that place. I mean, just we were running and jumping and all the way down to the stage, and we get up to the stage. It's still pouring down rain, but we weren't cold anymore. I'll tell you that. Didn't care one bit. Get up there. They give us a trophy, and we're like, oh my God! I just remember. Like I want that feeling again, man. Like I want to go back and do. Like I wish I was headed to Kansas City to go cook that thing again right now.
You knocking people over in a wheelchair. I got you. That's what Curtis.
That was Curtis.
He's ratting you out, dude. She's on workman's comp.
Was there any like doubts. He was like, did they call our name? Was that
Oh,
man.
Us? Man, so chicken goes through. Ryan and I talked before, and we were like, all right, look, we never cooked chicken before. We don't know what our texture needs to be like on ribs. We thought pork tasted good. So we were confident on pork and brisket. So chicken, we didn't get a call. Oh. We brought a cooler out there.
Yeah.
We were it was pouring down rain. So we're like, hey man, we might as well drink these beers. We were drinking these. All we had left was these strong IPAs, and we were feeling no pain when we got up there.
Terrible.
So
yeah.
We get up there. So they call through chicken, no call. They call through ribs, no call. They call through pork, no call. And then they get done with the top 10 in brisket. And I just leaned over to Ryan. I was like, man, that brisket was good, but was it like best brisket in the damn world good? I don't know, And I just remember my wife and our whole family flew up to this thing, guys. I kind of left that out. Our whole family flew up to this thing, and they tried our leftovers. And my wife, she was feeding my 7-month-old son whenever everyone else was trying the leftovers. So she got a piece of the brisket an hour later after it's been sitting out for an hour. And she said, babe, that's the best brisket I ever had. My mom said it was good. His wife, my sister said it was good. And so I was like, I was feeling really confident about the brisket.
Normally a curse right there.
Yeah, no shit.
Normally.
No shit.
Right.
Usually when they say that, it's a curse. But they get down the top 5, and I just remember feeling deflated. I was like, dang it, man. Well, we got another day to go cook. I don't know what curveball we're gonna throw at them, but we're gonna do something. And then they called BBQ Daddies, and I was just like, I just remember doing this, and I felt Ryan jump up, and so I jumped up, and we all just, it was, I don't remember a lot other than just getting the trophy and taking pictures, and I was like, oh my God.
I was sitting at Broadway. And I was with Pablo, Paul Whitaker. I was sitting there with him, and we was having some beers at the bar. And we're at Uvalde, and I called Kyle, and I was like, hey man, rumor has it you might have got one of the square trophies. He's like, what? I said, one of the square trophy. What's that? I said, didn't you just get a trophy for first place brisket? It's square, it's wood,
Yep.
And he goes, oh yeah, So anyways, we talked for a minute, just kind of just congratulating him and letting him know that, hey man, it's there. And he answered the phone right away. So he said, I'm not really worried about tomorrow, man. This is it. I'm done. I'm like, no. You go cook tomorrow, So whatever the outcome of that was their thing. But they were pretty stoked on Saturday night. So
yeah,
now,
man, we tore
the
it down.
The American Royal has other categories, right? They got vegetables, they've got sides, they got parties, they've got all kinds of different things. But the 4 meat square trophies are very respected, very revered. That's what you want. So in each one you got 8 of those in each weekend at the American Royal. There's 44 weekends at the American Royal. That is so rare to get a square trophy, and for you guys to do that on your very first American Royal, obviously
KCBS period.
First KCBS event. Exactly. Crazy.
It's our first event outside of a judge is using a plastic knife and fork to cut the brisket. Man.
And I think you understand how special that is, but man, that is crazy special, bro. That is crazy for your first one to go out there. As you know how hard it is, because day 2 didn't work out. Maybe, I don't know what y'all do day 2.
Well, here's what we did. So
Ryan's like laughing.
Aaron was talking me through it. He goes, man, you need to cook tomorrow. Get some rest. I said, dude, we've already been drinking all night. He said, it's only 9:30. Aaron said, you're fine. It's only 9:30. I said, all right. Well, about 1:45, 2 o'clock in the morning, we're in the trailer, and I'm like, okay, I'll set my alarm for 3:40. Didn't get up.
Hold up. Was your stuff injected? Was your stuff ready to go?
Yeah. So
okay. All
right after we turned in brisket, we cleaned up a little bit, and then we started processing everything.
Okay, good. Kids, if you're listening, day 1, regardless, my boy Josh Hale, he said, hey, if you're drowning in your sorrows, you're not going to want to do it.
Yeah.
And if you're celebrating your ass off, you're not going to want to do it. So do it before you go to awards. On day 2. And I did the same thing. I did it. I was ready to go. And that's why my wife said, are we going to change anything on day 2? I was like, no, everything's already injected. It's ready to go. It's same flavor profiles are already in the meats. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good. That's exactly what we did. We had everything ready to go, ready to rock and roll. And then we got that, first place call, and it was like party down time. All of our buddies came out, and then, they hung out for a little bit, and then they kind of just walked away because they had to cook, and we were respecting them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You drive all that way, you're gonna go cook. If you're smart, you're gonna go cook. You're not gonna throw it away.
No.
But so that alarm goes off, and the next morning after we burn it down, and it was like, okay, not getting up, And then I think we got up like Blake got up and lit the pit like an hour later, and I was like, all right, man, or like an hour and a half or 2 hours later, I don't even remember. And we just cooked a little hotter and didn't put a whole lot of effort in anything. I hope that chicken was done that went in the box, man. We just threw some crap in the box and turned it in and hope for the best. And we were out of there. We rolled out of there by 5:30. We rolled out of there by 5. What time was it? Probably 5:30 or whatever. Yeah, 5:30 that night to go celebrate with our family because
y'all didn't go to awards day too?
We did it, man, because on Saturday night after we won, we didn't want our wives and our babies out in that rain and cold.
Oh, yeah.
So they weren't there. So as soon as we turned in, we knew we were like, man, some of that stuff looked like Helen Keller put it in the box, man.
We're done.
Yeah, it's like we loaded up the trailer and you can see the tail lights going down the road.
I will say this. Hats off to Blake. That was the best Halloween costume ever. I got so many calls and texts that said,
it's Blake, Aaron, Leslie.
You're at the roll. You're not even stopped by and talked to us. How come you didn't tell? You said you weren't going to be here. And I just kind of go say, hey, man, I'll be there in a little bit. I was getting videos. I was getting text messages, and Blake.
Bro, I saw that. I was like, I didn't know that was Blake at the time.
It was Blake, man.
I still didn't know until just right now, but.
Man, great job, Blake. I was getting text. He's like, man, why aren't you here? Where you at? I'm like, dude, I'm not there, man. Yeah, you are. We see you. I'm like, no,
dude, he could have totally. I would have, and I know you, Aaron. I would have been like, "What's up, Aaron? I didn't think you were here, bro." But
it's a pretty damn good costume. It must have been
great. He pulled it off, man. He pulled it off. He wouldn't. We didn't know from a distance,
I think he even wore them ugly ass Hoka shoes that you wear too. I don't know. Maybe.
Man, if it fits.
Hey, I hear they're comfortable from you.
Yeah, it's I'm just saying, it's the only ones I got.
All right, so amazing, bro. First place brisket, guys. That's awesome. Like I said, those square trophies are so rare to go out there, and it's everybody's goal to get one.
I do have a funny story that
okay, let's hear it.
So
let's hear it.
Our neighbors had like a huge party going on, right? So, and I mean, a freaking full-on rave going on Friday night, and their music was so loud the bass was shaking our trailer on Friday night. So it was unreal. And our trailer is unwrapped. Just know if you're at a barbecue competition and you see a white barbecue trailer that has like an old peeled off sticker that says Chisholm Trail Fireworks, that's us. Okay. So they had a fireworks show at the Royal on Friday nights.
Oh yeah.
This guy, I'm headed to our porta potty to take a leak. And this guy said, hey, man, did y'all supply those fireworks? I was like, yeah, man, those are our fireworks. So there's some guy out there who thought it was our fireworks, and he goes, dude, y'all did the fireworks and y'all got first place brisket. That's badass. I was like, yeah, man. So if he's watching this show, man, it's not our fireworks.
Yeah, it's probably like a 20K fireworks show that they do. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right. All right, y'all ready to do some Mount Rushmore and some barbecue homies?
Yeah.
All right. Aaron, what do you know about the Mount Rushmore? Can you explain it as a co-host?
Man, I think you do a better job than I do, bro.
Oh, God. I know I do, but can you do it? Can you try?
Yeah. I mean, damn, man. I did my brain thinking again. So, so your Mount Rushmore, okay, you got 4 people And you're like, now we doing the gumball? Is it lemon drop?
We're doing the gumball. Gumball,
The
yes.
gumball too. Okay. So the Mount Rushmore, it's 4 people in your life, in your barbecue career, that you look up to. Someone who's touched you, someone who's helped you, somebody who has helped you and given you that guidance you needed, that you look up to. And so, who is your Mount Rushmore? You got four people you can put on there.
So we got.
That was pretty solid. That was pretty solid, Aaron.
I think we'll have a consensus on that. Or
Are you guys all in agreement on the 4?
Oh, 100%. We've talked about this.
Yeah, well, I mean, we could all throw out a name probably, but I mean, Kyle can do it too.
Justin West.
All right, Justin
Obviously.
West.
Talked about him a lot.
I got. This is kind of a twofer because they're a team. James and Erica Dotson. You agree with that, Brandon?
Limp
Yep,
Brisket.
that was my. Yep.
Limp Brisket. Aaron.
Me?
Yeah, you.
No shit.
Don't cry, Aaron. Don't cry, baby.
Don't cry.
Thank you.
And then Tim Esch.
Ah, man.
What? Are you okay with that list, Brandon? Because I didn't call you.
I agree.
Okay, so that's our list, man. And
All right,
I'll
it was
stand
Justin
by-
West,
Yeah.
James and Erica Dotson,
Yep.
Aaron Leslie,
Yep.
and who was the last one?
Tim Esch.
Timmy Esch. Solid. All right, so Barbecue Daddies Mount Rushmore, Justin West. We got James and Erica Dodson, Lip Brisket. We got Aaron Leslie, Texas Old Dust, and Timmy Esch, Tiny E Barbecue. Justin West's hat.
Creek
Q.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, so you got one in the gumball machine. This is somebody that is almost made the list, but he's in the gift shop.
Out of names, you know what I mean?
It's in the gift shop. We call it the gumball homie. Who would that be?
This is a tough one, man, because we have so many good ones. I thought about this one. I was like, man, I want to put somebody that's been really nice to us every time we've met him. He doesn't know us that well. And every time we've cooked against him, he's kicked our freaking tail. I want to put Robert Smith down.
Okay.
Brandon. What do you think?
Explain that. Why?
Just because, man, like that first place chicken call we got that I told you that we were hooked.
Yeah.
He GC'd that thing, but
Robert Smith got second place chicken, first place ribs, first place brisket, and GC'd it. Right? So it was like, first place chicken, boom, and then we kind of faded off, and then Robert Smith got up there. And we've cooked against him a couple other times. He's kicked our butt. And I remember after that first place chicken call, I called Justin and I told him, hey, we got that first place chicken. He said, oh, man, that's awesome. Congrats. He said, who GC'd it? I said, some guy named Robert Smith. I don't even know who he is. And he said, dude, that dude's like a freaking killer cook. He's won a bunch of shit, a bunch of world championships and shit. Like,
he's a legend.
I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that shows you how new we are, man. Like I said, we've been doing it for 3 years, but Robert Smith's on that list for us, man, just because we've cooked against him a couple of times. He's a really good guy.
All right. Barbecue homies. Somebody you want to hang out with, somebody you maybe call during the week. I know you guys are a team, but somebody that maybe you'll want to set up next to when you go to a contest. Just somebody that maybe you respect and want to be near whenever you're doing a contest. Where's the barbecue homie?
Bobby Oliver, AJ George.
Well, you got to pick one.
Oh,
Sorry.
man. Probably Bobby O.
Get one guy.
Bobby Oliver.
Bobby Oliver.
What do you think, Brandon? You good with that one?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like Bobby. Bobby's been a big supporter of ours too.
Yeah.
What's his team name?
Twisted Oliver Barbecue.
Yeah, Twisted. He's a nice guy, by the way.
Yeah, we're on one of his sponsored teams, but that's not
Got
why.
the world champion too in dessert.
Yeah. Dessert. He's the dessert king, man. So,
Awesome. What's his go-to dessert?
Man, he cooks some. I don't know if he wants me to say that or not.
His world championship was a apple pie cheesecake.
Well, you're not giving away recipes. Or nothing.
Yeah, it was like an apple pie cheesecake
That was what wanted.
in an apple. It was gorgeous and unbelievable. what that dude puts together. I mean, he's like, if you could have a guy on your squad to like just make sure your food looks really pretty, Bobby would be the guy, no doubt.
This is Aaron's dessert.
Talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
Aaron loves some buttered sausage. Aaron, weren't you doing some buttered sausage earlier today?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
I buy honey. Oh, you said Robert Smith. He's famous.
If you're gonna put it in the box, put it in the box.
All right. There we go. All right. That's a great Mount Rushmore. We'll go over that real quick. Mount Rushmore: Justin West, James and Eric and Dotson, Aaron Leslie. Aaron, how's that make you feel, bro?
Man, I'm honored, man. I just, I'm not nothing big. It makes me cool that people think of me that way. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, I've had it a few times on the show where people put me on their Mount Rushmore, and it's always makes me feel good inside, bro. It's always a good thing. Gumball was Robert Smith, first class barbecue. All right. Anything else that we? I do want to talk to you guys about social media. You guys are big time on social media. If you guys are not following your socials, how can they find you, real quick?
So we're on TikTok at BBQ Daddies, Facebook, Instagram. We post some stupid stuff on there, but it's funny and it's all in good. It's all in good faith and good times of barbecue. So, if y'all are looking for a good laugh, check us out.
How did that come about? You guys are young guys. I understand that. Aaron and I are not so young, but Aaron is a TikTok famous dude himself.
I've hit 1 or 2 views.
Man, I honestly, we just started, like, one of our goals on our list was like, hey, we want a charcoal sponsor, right? So we started posting everything we could with a bag of roll oak charcoal. Like, one time it was really cold out, and we're the Barbecue Daddies, and I had like a bag of charcoal wrapped up in a swaddle, and I was racking it back and forth, and like somebody came over my shoulder with the camera, and it was like, barbecue baby. It was a bag of roll oak charcoal, man. I mean, with the eclipse, we took a bottle.
Hey, if you wonder what's going on inside the trailer of the Barbecue Daddies, we're coming up with stupid ideas to put on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, with the eclipse, I took a bottle of Jacked, Aaron's phosphate, and I like took it over the sun.
Yeah, yeah. It's.
You know what's crazy about social media is that you don't know what's going to actually work, right? You don't know.
It's the stupidest stuff that gets the most hits, man. Like, I made a video with dude wipes coming out of a porta potty, and it was like best damn video we did.
You're sponsored by Dude Wipes, probably because of that, right?
We're not, but if y'all see it, Dude Wipes, come on, man. I need a freaking box.
Hold up. You're not sponsored. That's how I actually discovered you guys.
Man,
you did a Dude Wipe, like barbecue, competitor commercial, pretty much is what I saw.
Yeah, I remember it. I remember it because I was watching that show and I clipped it and sent it to us. I was like, shout out. I was like, so smoking good or shit.
Yeah, I gave you a shout. I was like, holy shit, the Dude Wipe things I have in my trailer because of you guys. So you should definitely be sponsored by them.
Man, I sent them a message, and all they sent back to me was, I was like, hey man, we post about you all the time. All they sent back to me was, smart dude. But hey,
we was in West, and we're talking. I'm right across from him, and I walk out there, and Blake tells me that he's like, "Hey man, these guys are posting a lot of stuff, doing a lot of things," and he's walking out there, he's carrying his bag of Dude Wipes, and he's filming with his phone. I'm like, "What the hell is this guy doing?" He's walking around this drum and over here and over there, and he's got this, he's doing this thing with Dude Wipes. I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then later on, that's when I realized that I saw his video on, I think it was TikTok. I was like, oh shit! I was watching him do that, and he goes, "Yeah, I do it all the time, And I try to make stupid stuff and make it hit." I was like, "I mean, it's pretty good, And he said, "Yeah, we kind of do that, but we're trying to get their attention a little bit." But Dude Wipes has failed these guys, and so
come on, Dude Wipes. If you're watching, these guys are pushing your product to barbecue guys. Like I said, I have Dude Wipes in my trailer because you guys, especially the mint ones.
Man, there's nothing worse than like you just had a terrible cook. you got to go to 110-degree porta potty at a barbecue cook-off. If you don't have a thing of dude wipes with you, you've got a bad day sitting at awards. You're gonna have an itch you can't scratch with a wire brush, man. So you got to have a happy rear end, man. And they make these big full-size towels too. We rough it in our little trailer. We don't have a shower or nothing, so we'll just take turns in there, close the door, take a full-on dude wipe bath with those big towel dude wipes. I don't know if y'all have seen them, and that's how we stay clean. So
I love dude wipes. I buy the dual pack all the time. I have one in each trailer. Got them in the truck, got them in the bag. I mean, no matter what, you got to wipe your hands off. You got to clean your face up. You got to go take a dump, whatever.
Yeah, they're
a free plug. Giving them a free plug.
Aaron has those big wipes because those are like normal size to him, right? Gotta have that. So that's Crazy Fist 89 checking in from Twitch. Big beard guy. He loves you.
Yeah,
he's a cook. He's a cook, by the way. Crazy Fist. You want some of that Crazy Fist, Aaron?
Crazy Fist?
Yeah.
Oh man, this is
I don't want to be fisted. No.
I knew that was coming.
All right, so social media, man. Can you give some tips to people that want to like increase their their outlook or their their reach on social media?
I would just try to be like consistent. If you're not cooking, it's tough to be it's tough to be consistent, right? So these past 6 months, we have not been the most active on social media, and I apologize for everybody that looks for our videos and stuff. But our plan is to increase that, obviously. But I would just try to think out the box, because everybody posts the same crap over and over and over. And if you can put your own spin on it, then that's what gets people's attention. I mean, like I said, the stupidest stuff, like, man, I've made full-on videos of how to do a process, and people are like, they don't give a crap. They after the first 5 seconds, they're done. They're on to the next one. But you put something on there that's real quick and catchy, or maybe funny, then it'll get a bunch of views. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Just try to be consistent and try to think outside the box. We all team up in the trailer. We have. I don't know how much footage we have of shit that was so dumb we didn't post, but I mean, we got some bullets in the chamber ready to fire.
Hey,
you probably got some
video on TikTok putting full in a box, and I got like 4 million views in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Me and Rob were sitting there doing karaoke at Traders Village, and I was like, "Hey man, you ain't gonna believe this, dude, but that thing hit 25,000 an hour." And he's like, "What?" So he's over there singing, and I'm like, "Hey, it's 50,000." It was like, and the next morning it was at 300,000. I was like, "What?" Maybe
Aaron, I got one in the chamber. I'm gonna do the same thing, by the way, and so don't be mad at me whenever it hits 5 million views. Actually, I'm gonna do the same thing. It's gonna hit like 500 views, maybe. Do
it, man. Do it.
All right, boys. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on here. I do have one rate my boxes. Nobody sent it to. They probably all sent them to producer Ty, which I've been programming on my people to send them to producer Ty. And we got one box from the Royal that was sent to me, and I'm going to post that right now. And then you guys can rate that on a scale of 10. We're going to do it on CBA scale, which is what we always do. 10 is excellent. 9 is very good. 8 is fair, and 7 is poor and personal, by the way. All right, let's get this box up real quick. Let me do that real quick. I gotta upload this box, and that's a video. My bad. I do miss my producer. I ain't done this alone in quite a while.
Jenna is y'all's biggest fan on here, by the way. So,
who's that?
Jenna.
Oh yeah, Jenna. That's the wife of somebody, right?
That would be my wife.
Yeah.
Real quick, let me give a shout out to All Fired Up Barbecue Cook-Off coming up in March. I want you guys to put this on your calendar, March 21st and 22nd. It's the 8th annual All Fired Up Barbecue Cook-Off. Entry fee is $300, but there is a big payout. Is a state championship as well. There's a cornhole tournament, 10,000 guaranteed payout. I'll be there. That's coming up again, March 21st and 22nd. That we are at the end of the year, boys and girls. It's crazy because
Cooking for Cowboys coming up next weekend.
Aaron, talk about that real quick while I
got my grandson Callahan, and he's this helps keep him going for the year. It helps keep him the medical expenses, the travel expenses. The only hospital they can go to is in Pennsylvania, and so the benefit of our cook-off here in Midland, we moved it to November because it's damn hot in August. And so, like Rob told me, he said, "Aaron, if it's next year in August, please don't invite me back because it was 100. It was very hot." So that's we moved to November 15th, 16th, a little cooler weather. But this cook-off is 100% payback, guys. State championship. It is brisket ribs and chicken. We're gonna have steak, anything bacon. We have a dessert category. We got beans. We got kids, Q, junior, and senior division. But 100% payback, and then we got buckles. Matter of fact, I got a stack of them right here, and let's see what we got here real quick. So we've got the grand champion buckle. Where's my camera at? So if you can see it, it's just like last year, but this year we have a green birthstone in there for my grandson. We got buckles for all the categories, and but I mean 100% payback, guys. It's here in town. We got plenty of room. So if y'all haven't got signed up yet, please come. It's a great time. Benefits my grandson for everything that he has going on. Just trying to, from wheelchairs to motorized cars, anything that we can kind of help to make his life easier and better. The therapy and everything else. So we appreciate everybody's support and all the donations that are rolled in. So it's going to be a good time. We're going to have a blast out here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome, Aaron. Thank you so much. I don't know why this is not.
We got raffle tickets on my page. If y'all want to get a raffle ticket, we got a couple of nice poo-poos that I'm going to be giving away, and you get a pick, and it'll be a good time. I think 30 for one or 4 for 100. So if you guys are interested, y'all hit me up, and we can get that taken care of. We'll draw out the cook-off, and I'll make sure that the winner of that, if they're not present, will get that piece of equipment.
All right. My bad. It's not working, where they're downloading to. It's not coming up through. Let me pull Aaron off a solo deal, but we're not going to do the Rate My Box this week. We'll be back next week with the Rate My Box, but shout out to everybody that has joined us tonight. I appreciate you guys very much. Let me get everybody back on stage real quick. Exit solo. Who are we missing here? Where's Aaron at? There he is. Add to stage. There he is. There he is. Hey, Ron. Yeah, if you guys are able to make the Cooking for Cowboy next weekend, please do. Big time deal. I love Aaron and love his family and everybody is involved with that for sure. But Kyle, Ryan, Brandon, anything that we need to touch on before we get out of here, man?
No, I just want to say on our brisket that we did do well in at the Royal, it had Texas oil dust all over that thing. So if you guys haven't tried Texas oil dust rubs, that black gold rub, pretty damn good. So
I mean, I had a 20 and 21st last year in the open and the invitational. So I mean, it's a solid brisket.
Yeah,
solid flavor.
It's about them, Aaron. It's about them tonight, Aaron.
Hi, man.
What about me? I'm just saying this is good.
I'm just messing with you, bro.
I know it. No, they did great. You guys, I'm proud of you guys. Y'all are definitely a good up and coming team, and to have that kind of experience from the get go in y'all's earlier in y'all's careers is outstanding.
Brandon, your experience watching it from afar.
Well, I mean, I kind of gave it up earlier, but yeah. I mean, I'm super proud of this team, super proud of the guys, and we're going to go back next year, and I plan on being there. So,
Ryan,
and you're going to put the recipe in the link, right?
Yeah. It
had Texas oil dust on it. I know that.
I'm expecting a text message for too long.
Yeah, I promise you it had a bunch of Texas oil dust on it, everybody, and that's not a lie. So, but yeah.
Ryan, what you think?
Man, I'm ready to go back. It was a lot of fun. I like the 30-minute turn-in times. I think we kind of flew by the seat of our pants there for a little bit, but we jive really good together. So we got through it, but ready to go back.
Awesome. Kyle, any last comments? And don't leave yet after we wrap this up, but I just before we'll hang out after just for a minute.
Okay. I just want to say I'm really proud of our team. Again, Blake, Hairston, if you're still watching, we really appreciate your support this weekend. Brandon, we miss you. We love you. Leia, if you get a chance to watch this, I don't know if you're watching it or not. We love you. We're praying for you. Brandon, you were right where you needed to be, buddy. And I'm glad I answered the phone as soon as you called. Hopefully it wasn't, you didn't call me too many times. I tried to call you as soon as we found out, man, and we missed you. I mean, you guys are my best buddies, man. So I'm so glad I get to cook with you guys. I also want to say thanks to our wives for all the support they give us and our family that came out, flew all the way to Kansas City. I mean, CPTS, the company I work for, flew out, helped us pay for a lot of the stuff for the Royal and took care of us. So we just have a huge support group and just a big family. And I'm so glad that I have the life that I do and the friends and family I have. I love you guys. So thanks for having us on the show, Rob.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on the show, man. Guys, we love highlighting up and comers and first time guests. Brandon, you were awesome. Kyle and Ryan, thank you so much. Y'all don't go anywhere. I'm gonna drop you down and we'll hang out here in just a minute. But thank you guys for being on the show. We're talking about the BBQ Daddies, big first place brisket at the Invitational at the Kansas City American Royal. Hey, Aaron, what'd you think of that, my man?
And everybody loves that big old money maker. You know, it's a huge feeling to have that. You know, you can't ever replace it.
No, bro. And what'd you think? I feel like they're your little proteges, your little project.
Man, I tell you what, every time I met those guys, there's always been something there. And the more you talk to them, the more they grow on you. And the more they grow on you, the more you love them. And then it's just like they're just part of the family. So it doesn't take long to have that kind of connection. And you don't see each other very often, but they're always there, right? They're always right there. They're text message or phone call away. And when you see them, they're just excited. They're excited to cook, and it's good to see that.
All right, well, we'll hang out with the BBQ Daddies here in just a minute. Mr. Aaron, I'm going to drop you down. Aaron, thank you for stepping in at the last moment. Welcome, Mr. Eddie wasn't there, but I appreciate you, my man. I'm going to drop you down, and we'll hang out here in just a minute, man. But thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. Sorry we were out for the last couple weeks, but we'll be back next week. Got some good stuff lined up in the chamber. I got Mr. Robert Smith going to be a co-host, and he's got a special guest lined up. Of course, we got Mr. Eddie Morales always back. But I appreciate you guys, the Gooder Gang. Thank you so much. I appreciate you each and every week for tuning into this show. You guys make it what it is, and I appreciate it. And we're going to continue to do this show. We're 7 years in, about to be 8 years in very soon. All right, for my guest tonight, the BBQ Daddies, and my co-host tonight, Mr. Aaron Leslie. My name is Rob Arocha. I'm tuning out. But thanks to producer Ty. We'll have him next week, and co-host Mr. Eddie Morales. And we always got to end it with Mr. Case Hond. Let me just find it. Here we go. Take us out, Case.
Good night to all of you wonderful people in Barbecue Nation. You too, California.